Now,
Maybe she doesn't know.
Beyonce doesn't know.
Yeah, I don't think Beyonce, and they're
Yvette
not going to
knows.
share that with
Yvette
her.
knows. I
Her
got the
people
receipts. I
know.
still
Her
have the
people know.
receipts.
But what I've heard about them as a couple is that they've been living separate lives for a very long time. So they together, but they living separate.
Are there women who are supporting Cassie who maybe have some stories about you that might feel a bit similar? You need to be put on mute. This is not your time.
So word on the street is that Jason Lee has some real tea to spill on Beyonce and Jay-Z's rumored marriage problems. And folks are now saying Jason actually tried to hint at their separation, way before any of us even peeped it. So if you've been scrolling through socials these past weeks, you likely saw Jason blowing up and throwing shade at Queen Bey right on his talk show. A few months back, Jason straight up blackmailed Beyonce on camera, saying he'd spill some serious dirt about her and Jay's marriage unless she got Kelly Rowland to bless his show. Now, back then, folks didn't really get what he was going on about, and they dragged him through the mud for coming at Beyonce like that. But hold up, with all these fresh rumors swirling about Beyonce possibly calling it quits with Jay-Z, everybody's going back to what Jason spilled, and let me tell you, the deets are way messier than you thought. Y'all grab a seat cuz this tea is steaming, and I am not sipping it alone.
And we can take it back a step further. We can go all the way back to when he was trying to get with Aaliyah. The Foxy rumors. This man has a legit history of what he's allegedly doing to Beyonce now. So why is it so far-fetched to y'all to think that he's not doing the same thing to Beyonce? Just because it's Beyonce? I'm gonna need y'all to take y'all stand caps off and put your thinking caps on.
All right, so let me break down this drama for you all. So the whole situation with Jason Lee started back in December, when Jason caught feelings because Beyoncé left him off the guest list for her Renaissance movie premiere bash in London. Now she invited a bunch of other influencers, but not our boy Jason, so he went on camera saying that Beyonce doesn't support black media. Jason also claimed he dropped 40 grand on Renaissance concert tickets and swag for his crew, thinking that was his golden ticket due to the event, but Beyonce didn't send that invite his way, even though she hooked up other influencers who barely ride for her and definitely didn't drop half the cash he did on her gear.
I think optically, when you don't include other black leaders in the culture in the fold, I mean, not just take me out of it. The Breakfast Club, I mean, you should have honored and brought more black. And I spent thousands of over $40,000 in tickets and shared the experience with friends. And I've done a lot, and I'm not even going to say it here because if I did, this internet, Beyonce's good internet, would go crazy.
Now check this out. It's about to get real messy after Jason spilled all the tea and the little rants he went on his show and started dishing some of the dirt he claimed to have on Beyonce. And let me tell you, the guests on that show were shooketh to the core, like their jaws were literally on the floor. And then Jason took it to the next level and straight up blackmailed Queen Bey, saying that he's only going to keep his mouth shut about the info he's holding if she can work some magic and get Kelly Rowland to sit down for an interview with him.
I'm going to tell them while Johnny puts a beep over this part of the show, so you'll never know what it is, but I want you to see their reactions, and I'm going to do it right now. Ooh. And that's where I go back to, like, we're friends in the game. We support each other. We help each other out. Can you imagine had I put that on Hollywood Law? Oh, there was one more thing. Beat this, Johnny.
Woo!
So that in itself, I think Beyonce could have gave me a, you know what I mean? Like, there should be a little love there. Now,
Maybe she doesn't know.
Beyonce doesn't know.
Yeah, I don't think Beyonce, and they're not going to share that with her.
Yvette knows. I
Her
got the
people
receipts. I
know.
still
Her
have the
people know.
receipts. Yvette know I got the receipts. I got them. Now, if I get that message to Beyonce,
Yes,
I
she
can
needs
get
to
it
know.
to I'm connected. I could get the message to Beyonce.
She needs to know.
And I think people like her publicist, who I love, and I'm just being critical. That's just what I do. You know that, Yvette. We're trying to book Kelly Rowland right now. Now, if I don't get Kelly Rowland because I say this about, then it's gonna be a problem. Then I'm putting out receipts. The receipts I just told you about, then I'll put those out. Whew.
The fires that will come of that.
I ain't worried. I ain't going nowhere. I'm telling you right now. I'm not playing this.
Now back then, fans dismissed Jason's rant, claiming he was just salty, plus no one really believed he actually had some tea to spill on Beyonce. But fast forward to today, and now that rumor mill is buzzing with speculations about Beyonce maybe splitting from Jay, social media users are connecting the Dots saying maybe this was the hot tea Jason was waving around and threatening to spill on beyond once now. For those who might be a bit lost on where these divorce rumors even started, let me break it down. And we all know Jay had stepped out on Beyonce before, and he's been linked with multiple women over the years. But this latest drama kicked off when people started digging into Jay-Z and his ties with Diddy, and word on the street is that Beyonce got hit with some major blindsides about the shady move Jay was making with Diddy and how she's now allegedly trying to untangle herself from the mess before it all blows up in their faces. Now we all know that Jay-Z and Diddy used to be tight like glue for literally decades, but things recently took a turn just months before Cassie dropped her lawsuit bomb. Diddy spilled the beans in an interview saying only his mom and Jay-Z get the privilege of calling him seen. Basically, he was implying that they were like real brothers, but see, at the time of this interview, Diddy most likely knew that Cassie was preparing to file her bombshell lawsuit. In fact, Cassie's lawyers claimed that Diddy was trying to negotiate with Cassie for a long time, allegedly offering her millions in exchange for her silence. And this is what some folks are now speculating, that Diddy Nam dropped Jay-Z in that interview on purpose, almost like he was sending him a warning to stay out of the whole mess with Cassie, because Diddy could take him down with him. Besides that, whispers in the industry are saying Jay shares a lot in common with Diddy in terms of how they treat women. In fact, Jaguar Wright recently made some bold allegations against Jay, claiming that he's even worse than Daddy, and that the only reason he's staying silent on the Diddy drama is because he knows Diddy could drag him down with him and expose how Jay allegedly treats his wife. But hold up, there's more to spill on this tea party. Jaguar also went deep into the rumors about Jay allegedly getting involved with much younger women artists, from Foxy Brown and Aliyah to Tiara Marie and possibly even Rihanna. And don't even get me started on his friendship with R. Kelly and the way he refused to cut ties with Kelly even after Kelly's disgusting crimes were exposed. Jay-Z and he was working with R. Kelly, and they were making so many records together. You know, they made all those records together. They shared so much in common. Whoever talks about best of both worlds, nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about this. Nobody talks about that project that's smooth under the rug. Why, on top of all this, Beyonce's fans have been out here side-eyeing her relationship with Jay for a minute. First of all, there's been a lot of mystery about how and when they first met. Beyonce claimed she was 18 when they met and started dating a year later. But in a 2007 interview with Charlie Rose, Jay-Z got all nervous when Rose asked him how long he had known B, and then he let it slip that they met 10 years ago.
Wow, a long time.
How long? 10 years?
How long? However long she's been recording. That's when I met her.
Well, don't you remember how long it was?
Yeah, when I met her. I mean,
was it 5 years ago? Was it?
I met her 10 years ago.
But did you say to yourself at that time, "Wow"?
I said, yeah, that's a fantastic talent.
Was that what you said?
Yeah.
So, if you do the math, they met in 1997. That would mean Beyonce was either 15 or 16, while Jay was 28. People are now also digging into the receipts about Jay's past relationships before Beyonce, and word on the street is he was getting cozy with Foxy Brown when she was just 14 or 15, promising to make her a Hollywood success. Basically, I'm talking about some very similar vibes to what Diddy pulled with Cassie when she was just 19. And he was 36. To add to this, there have been a lot of rumors over the past few years that Jay got Beyonce hooked on some substance again, just like he did to Cassie. Beyonce's supposed ex-bodyguard Uncle Ron claimed that Jay's got the read in their relationship, pulling the strings and keeping Beyonce under his control with substances.